Good, glorious morning to you folks, and welcome to my humble homestead in the forest. And today I want to introduce you to my good friend here. Don't know if I'm low enough or high enough for you to see. Tansy, or Golden Button, or well, it has so many different names. Vulgaire, possibly because some people find its scent, although you have to really put your nose in it, kind of vulgar, and it's the politest way to put it. Anyway, I don't particularly mind it, but a lot of people do. It has this gorgeous, glorious golden yellow color, though, that I love. I love anything, any color. As you already know, you've seen me wear colors. And in fact, maybe against my green shirt, you can see how bright and yellow it is. And it's a beautifully sunny and clear blue sky today, but on an overcast day, this and all of my yellow flowers, like the goldenrods and black-eyed Sues and whatever else that's yellow, they each and every single one of them pop like a light bulb. So, for instance, if on this head, this one head is like maybe 100 of them, it's as if 100 LED light bulbs are popping. Traditionally, traditionally, no, not traditionally. I want to say ancient Greeks, but I don't understand why. I never understood that term, because that's only maybe they're only about 2,500, 3,000 years old. I don't know what makes them ancient as opposed to so many cultures that have been around for so many thousands of years, older than them, longer than them. But anyway, they used to use it for absolutely everything, internally and externally. Boy, where to start? Really, honestly, whatever you can think of, they would use this plant for. For embalming, for instance, they would put them in the coffins or wrap their muslins with them, put them in the bury the dead with, and it would somehow preserve. Well, I think basically what we're talking about here is that they would keep parasites away. So when we today we might think of parasites as bugs and flies and mice and all kinds of insects, but then they would also be talking about anything that would so we get sort of like a preservative, like I said, embalming. So it would slow down considerably, I suppose, the rigor morphosis process. It has this beautiful fern-like leaves, and if you crush it, I hate doing that to any living plant, but you can really smell it. It smells like, how can I, a cross between, okay, I may not be very good at explaining this, but if you've ever gone to wood-fired German restaurant, this is a cross between a sort of a sausage garlic sausage that has lots of garlic in it, on a barbecue, German style. Smells good to me. But like I said, today, so people would make, today though, I don't think it's used internally anymore, because I think it's more, they're finding it more toxic than anything. But externally, we can make sprays out of them to spray around where you don't want flies and mosquitoes and mice, rodents and things. If you live somewhere where you get a decent amount of rain, like here, although we haven't had, this was a particularly dry year, they can grow really tall, and a lot of them, so quickly. This one's not that tall, but I have one right by the house that's a good 6 feet tall, if not 6.5 feet tall. So you see how I was talking about earlier in the garden when the title of the video is "Are my weeds talking to me?" I think, but what I you can go have a look, but you can tell your soil condition, your acidity, your sandy, loam, clay, rocky, whatever, and pH level based on what's growing there, what folks consider weeds, and you can tell that that's the ideal condition. So what I mean, I'm about 50 feet away from that at least 6.5 feet tall, same plant, and yet this one is a good foot and a half shorter, and that one's growing much healthier. But they will droop down and fall down. You can bring them inside. I don't know if you're allergic, that would be a thing. But I'm going to bring the camera close so you can see when they call it golden buttons. And these buttons could be bigger. Like I said, on that one, the yellow buttons, each single yellow button is much bigger. Not only say much bigger, but 50% bigger. I guess that is much bigger. Let's have a look at it from close up. So that's what they look like when they're kind of towards the end of their life. This is somewhat in between. And this is when they're fairly fresh. And I'm going to change the angle to see if I can show you what I meant by button. When I was in between schools, I had 3 antique shops, not at the same time. I was just trying different neighborhoods and I was not making any money. But I love history and I love preserving history. And I remember having buttons, old buttons, that both ladies and men's, that looked like that. Of course, they were white and porcelain, but these are yellow. But the shape is the same. I don't know if I can get any closer without, if it can zoom. No, it can't. This is as close as I can get. But those little beautiful little. Oh, just to show you, give you a reference of what the size of these. You see next to my thumb. Oh, this is a better point of view. You can see, and that's how small they are. Very dainty, very pretty. Anyway, so as part of the plant recognition and what grows in my little forest, tansies.